Leo, hi, welcome to my channel. So today we have a reading for you, no particular subject. We're going to do my version of a Celtic cross. At the end there will be an opportunity for an extended where we'll dive in deeper. You can watch this for Leo. Ooh, jumpers today. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Knight of Pentacles. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node, or if any of those planets are currently transiting your 5th house, this might be for you. Thank you, however you support the channel, very much appreciated. Cross watchers, you're more than welcome, message may well be for you. All information is in the description box, just hit the more button below. Leo, Mars has moved back in, oof, relief, bit of energy. Okay, let's see what's going on. So things might not have gone your way recently, because I'm hearing Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. Whether that's to do with Mars retrograding from your sign back into Cancer, I don't know. Oh, okay, I know, right. Yeah, she's a Leo. Okay, let's get, we have the 7 of Swords, Don't Look Back in Anger. Okay, there's for those of you that are familiar, especially if you've watched the collective readings, I did a little bit of an experiment back in the UK when I was at the yoga studio. Beautiful bunch of teachers, but they were all very like drive, masculine, yet feminine energies. And I introduced dragon's blood into the cleansing routine of the place, and dragon's blood's power is that of the sacred masculine. It protects the energy so that the feminine can soften. Every single one of them, except for one girl, bless her, all softened, and just things came to them. Life became more flowy, and opportunities was coming left, right, and centre. Except this one poor girl, who's a Leo. And she kept on pushing, and then got herself injured. Now, this morning, she put a beautiful post up on Instagram about, she's now, obviously, all the things that she loved, the yoga, the walking, the hiking, those type of things, she couldn't do because of this injury. And she's back to walking, back to doing all the things that she wants. But it's been such a shift in gratitude for her. She did this beautiful post of walking with the beautiful flowers of the spring air, and she will never take anything for granted again, because how easily it can be taken away. So there's something here about don't look back in anger. It's an energy here of gratitude. So some things might have been off, whatever's gone on in your life. It's going to be different for all of you. But the 5 of Swords is a card of anger, frustration. Venus in Aquarius, Venus in your 7th house, because Aquarius rules your 7th house. This could be anger and frustration about another person, but it's asking you to look back. They look back at the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is the moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Yes, she went through that, but it's massively changed her outlook on life. Win-win, okay? So something has gone on. What that is, I don't know, but it takes a strong energy to look at it from a different perspective. This could be you looking at yourself in how you deal with anger, how you respond to a situation, you know, even more so the situations that you create for yourself, whether that's, you know, like I say, for the girl in question, kept on pushing to a point of injury. So, you know, where do we second guess ourselves? Where are we our own worst enemies? Crossing you. There it is. Root of the matter. Told you, root of the matter, Mars in Leo. I think you've just had this, some things just give you energy, took energy away from you. And it's been a long shift. You know, if we look at it, Mars was briefly in your sign, then it went back into Cancer. Cancer's your 12th house. Mars in the 12th house is not, it's not happy. Mars in the 12th house is like somebody full of energy running against a brick wall. Someone full of energy walking around in darkness. And there's some, oh, interesting. I came across something earlier. It was a powerful tea and rosemary, I think she was called. We'll get to that. And we'll do it now. I took a screenshot, I think. tea and rosemary, okay. The gods of old didn't start with all the answers. They found them in the dark. Dionysus was torn apart. Inanna was stripped and left to hang. Persephone was taken into the underworld. Odin hung from the world tree, wounded and alone. Their power came through pain, loss, and rebirth. These myths are more than stories. They were written to guide those who are ready. The gods won't shield you from the dark. They take you there so you can find what's real. So whatever's gone off in your life, you've been taken into the dark. The crossing you is the sun. So you've been taken into the darkness. That could just represent Mars moving into Leo, back into your 12th house. Now, the 12th house, altogether, from start to finish of Mars moving into Cancer in your 12th house, into your house, back into your 12th house, and now back into your house, the whole process was the last 7 months. That's a long time. It's a long time of fire being stuck in water. You know, the 12th house is not only ruled by water, being a Piscean energy, but Cancer is water. So you've got that fire, which is what you are naturally, for the last 7 months has just been tamed. Passions, drive, determination, anything that filled you with has been taken away. And it's been a frustrating aspect. But how do we deal with that frustration? We don't look back in anger. There's something about recognizing that everything had to happen for a reason, possibly for a lesson. The yoga teacher's lesson was possibly gratitude, or possibly slowing her down to appreciate, you know, the here and now, time, instead of doing. Who knows? Recent past. Yep, it's been a journey. What you want, yeah. What's coming in? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And how you see yourself, how others see you, advice. I knew that. I really hope the like hangman comes out. Potential outcome. Oh no, but fantastic. Even better. The 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Mercury in Virgo with the Devil, with the 9 of Wands, with the 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords, the Star, and the 2 of Cups. Okay. So, the 7 of Swords. Something, don't look back in anger. Crossing you is the Sun. Root of the matter, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is Mars in Leo. The Sun is behind you. You've been placed in darkness. And literally, it's what I just read out there. You know, the gods won't shield you from the dark. They'll place you there so you can find the truth. What's your truth? It's going to be different for everybody. Recent past is the 3 of Swords. There's been pain, there's been frustration, there's been anger, there's been sadness, whatever this... I would say look back at the last 7 months. It could be years, depending on what's gone on in your life. But we're talking about Mars and Leo. Let's talk about the last 7 months where it's been in your 12th house, it's been coming and going, full of energy, no energy, etc, etc, etc. What you want is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is magic. It's forward movement, it's fast-paced, it's believing in the creation. It's Mercury in Sagittarius, so it's the Magician meets the Temperance card. Magician and Temperance, both cards of alchemy. It's creating what you want. What's coming in is the Moon. So this is all part of finding balance. The Sun and the Moon, the Yin and the Yang. Hatha Yoga, Hatha, Sun and Moon. There's something about finding this balance here. How you see yourself, you're feeling a little bit angry there, Leo. This is a little angry Page of Swords. There's something that's, you're looking backwards over your shoulder at some sort of frustration. How much that is, I don't know. But there's a shift, or there's a shift that's been asked of you. How others see you is the 3 of Wands. People look up to you. There's something very powerful about your energy. 3 of Wands is the Sun in Aries, so the Sun meets the Emperor. Now, this is an interesting thing because crossing you is the Sun, your advice is the Emperor. So there's some sort of situation here where how you're seen and what's here is out of balance, because your advice and what's crossing you is how you're seen. but something's out of sync. Okay, this could be finding some sort of, you know, balance within yourself. I mean, there's so many different things that's at play. We've got a situation here where finding that, are we feeding the correct energy? Are we feeding the correct energy in the environment that you're in? And when I say that, I see it in completely different formats. Like, I'll use me as an example, and hopefully that will kind of make sense to you. So, I'm attending like an Ashtanga school for a Mysore practice. Very militant, very hard work. Ashtanga is a form of yoga for those unfamiliar. And very militant, very militant. My body is aching. And the breakdown that I've seen it, if I look at this as a triangle, we've got Ashtanga Mysore practice. I'm currently in a country that's on my Mars line. My diet is vegetarian. Mars, Ashtanga, vegetarian diet. Masculine being fueled by feminine. My body can't cope with the energy of the environment, with the practice I'm doing, with what I'm fueling it. Now, what my decision is on this stage, I don't know yet. I've not made my mind up. But this is a situation here where if I wanted to continue this practice of Ashtanga in this environment of Mars, I would probably need to fuel it some form of protein, a meat source or something, to sustain it. I'm sure there's other ways, and I like I say, I won't make a decision until I've done enough research of it. You know, I won't have to fall back onto animal products if needs be. But there's just something about not being balanced. There's too much masculine activity going on and not being fed the masculine energy that's needed to sustain these two energies. I hope I'm making sense. Advice, like I say, is the Emperor. There's something that's out of sync in a triangular aspect of the Three of Wands, the three wands. So, outcome, the Six of Swords. This is you moving away from the Five of Swords. And I always say about the Six of Swords, the whole idea of the Six of Swords is to transition away from the Five of Swords. But when you reach the island, which is normally wherever the Six of Swords is headed, it's on a boat ride, you leave the Five Swords in the boat. You only take your sword of truth with you. What that is, depends what area of life this is. Knight of Cups and Death. Now, Knight of Cups and Death, for me, is this new beginning. Death is here as a back into the representation of what we spoke about earlier, the gods. This is Kali Ma. Kali Ma is the goddess of destruction in terms of spiritual transformation. She represents black obsidian. Black obsidian is a powerful energy. It is grounding, it is cleansing, it is purifying. So we've got here, not only as your advice is the Emperor, in a different deck that I have, the Emperor is Odin, and then now we've got Death as your outcome with Kali Ma. The gods won't shield you from the dark. They bring you to it to see how you react, to see what have we learned. Can we enter a space of gratitude, which is what the yoga teacher has done, which is fantastic. I loved it. First thing I did was like it. As soon as I read it, I was like, yes. She's learned everything that was needed by that whole process. So, it's launched in the 7, it travels in the 8, it hits its mark in the 9th. In a different deck, the Sufi Tarot, the 9 of Wands, actually looks like she's cleansing the space with dragon's blood. So there's something about masculine protective energy so that the feminine can soften, but we need to fuel the right energies. 9 of Wands is with the Devil and the 4 of Wands. And there's that balance, masculine and feminine energy, and then we've got the Devil on the other side. The Devil is the darkness, the shadows, not looking back in anger, persevering. It's also a card of Chiron. Chiron is the wound in this lifetime. Where is it in your house? You know, if Chiron's in Leo, for example, the wound is attached to your creativity. Children could be attached to romance. You know, Chiron in sort of Leo energy always reminds me actually of my ex-wife. She was very, very good at art, but her version of art. Her father was very good at art, but his version of art. So her art was never good enough for him, and that used to be a massive block for her. So it's similar to that. It's like there's a wound about how you create and what others think of it. It doesn't really matter. As long as the creativity within you is where it's at, it's fine. And what else did I want to see? I want to see where the Six of Cups is to bring this moon, this sun and the Death card together. Look at that. You're on a process here. Because what you want is the Eight of Wands, the Magician meets the Temperance card. They're together. And they're with the Seven and the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is growth with a lot of hard work and patience. This is mastery of self. And she's worked very hard, but there's still a blank piece here. And that blank piece is next to it. Adds up to the Nine of Pentacles. There's something you're still in creation mode. If things fail, get back on the horse, that type of thing. It's something about shifting into the energy of gratitude changes everything for you. Or just letting the past go. Five of Swords will look for that as well. Six of Cups is with the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Yes, this is getting your va-va-voom back. This is just, there's going to be a balance at play here where you're going to be, sorry, flies landing on my shoulder, it's doing amazing. You're going to get that chance for adventure again. I think whatever has happened here, because we're at the yin and yang above our head, whatever the sun and moon are showing you here, it's possibly slowed you down to show you something. Maybe there was a lack of give and take in some format. We'll call that, you know, maybe appreciation and gratitude versus, you know, apathy and frustration. But something needs to shift. Final card is the High Priestess, which is wonderful. Let's just break down that Seven of Swords with this 5 and the 2. Five of Swords is wedged between the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So again, it's like frustration because of, it could be anger at maybe how easy somebody has something or what appears to be easy. There could be anger and frustration at people's material world, I don't know. But there's something that's kind of keeping you stuck here, or something has kept you stuck. And the Two of Swords is with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Win-win outcome, trust the seeds that you planted, your va-va-voom is coming back. Okay? So, find the missing piece. The missing piece feels like gratitude, but it could also be other ways. Like I said, you know, my predicament at the moment is lots of masculine energy not being sustained with masculine fuel. Look how it is in your world. Okay? In your extended reading, something's in the air. Something's magically in the air. The Seven of Wands has launched it. The Eight of Wands is carrying it. The Nine of Wands is going to hit its mark. Nine of Wands is also a reference to Gungnir. Gungnir is Odin's spear. It will always hit its mark if it's for you. Or if Odin's wanting it that way, should I say. Like I say, the gods will protect you, they will show you, but they have to get that wisdom from the darkness themselves. It comes with sacrifice. So we'll take where the Nine of Wands is going to hit, what we know, what we don't know. Like I say, this could be in any area of your life, but something is in motion, and we'll see where it lands. Moon in Aquarius, we have Leo, Mars in Leo, Saturn in Libra, Mercury in Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Sun in Aries, Mercury in Aquarius, Scorpio, Mercury in Virgo, Capricorn, Moon in Sagittarius, Venus in Aries, Mars in Gemini, Aquarius, Venus in Cancer, Sun in Gemini. We have swords, we have wands, we have cups, we have pentacles. Everyone's here. Those are your standouts. Let me know. Take care. See you soon. Bye.